That was Irving to serve. A little bit of a nice rally for the first point here. And then Todd goes for the put away. Okay, let's back this all the way up and see. This camera angle isn't the best, but we're going to see if we can see where this broke down. Okay, so a decent return. Goes for the third shot drop, puts it right into the middle of them. Another fifth shot drop. Seventh shot drop. And they're basically in their stance how they want to be when she was hitting that seventh shot. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think let's just take a look right here. This is Jansen's forehand. That's quite a bit of height going over that net right there. So that gives Todd kind of the green light to make her move. And when she moves over, she gets blocked. So that's a nice, also rather high on that one. But Jansen's not there, so she can be a little bit more aggressive. She puts it almost past the kitchen line. And as you can see, Jansen kind of doesn't get that right foot back. As you see right here, she does this little stutter step. I'm looking, let me draw this for you guys. So right here, we're looking at Jansen's left foot. I'm going to erase that so you can see it. She does kind of this stutter step. So as we back it up, she puts the foot down and then stutter steps it, but that doesn't get her knee really out of her way. So then she's kind of catching the ball on the short of it, trying to short hop it. And what that does is it takes all the energy of the ball and puts it into the vertical space. That's why short hopping is really kind of risky. And so, as we can see here, even though this camera angle is kind of brutal, this ball, I'm just going to mark the shoulder line of Todd so we can move forward a little bit. I know she's moving, but she's not moving that much. So she definitely gets this ball below the shoulder, but it looks like she's impacting it above the net. So a little bit of risk there. But we can't even see how far back. So let me erase this red mark. We don't need that anymore. When we see the impact on Irvine right there, and it goes straight up, she really just missed that. I mean, she hit down on it, but maybe even Irving thought it was going to be a little bit lower. And so that ball, we don't really have a clear way of telling if it was going to go out. And so it just is going towards the body. Now, not too big of a fan of a cross-court attack. So I think Todd got a little bit lucky on this one, probably because it's the first point. Irving getting warmed up, just missed the backhand volley, and it just goes straight up. You can even see on her face there, she's just a little shocked that, wow, how did I miss that? Like she kind of had it lined up. And so I think she was just surprised at how high the ball stayed. She thought it was going to curve down a little bit more. And so no big there. But where this point broke down, just to reiterate, this left leg should not be here. You want to step at a 45-degree angle to the path of the ball. So let's take a look, or I'm going to mark the path of the ball here. It's basically this, okay? Let's back this up. I'm just going to see if that stays on plane with the ball. Yeah, pretty close to on plane with the ball right there as it goes through several frames. Okay, so right now, as we can see, I'm going to take the blue. Jansen's basically going at this. She's basically doing, like, going to T-impact the line. So what we want to do is we want to get our body, our feet, close to the same plane or at a 45. So the extreme would be to have her left foot in this path and her right foot back. Like that would be as far as she would want to go, because then that would really directionally hit the ball basically straight back. And so that's why if we're at a 45, so the ball's here, so if her foot, I'm going 45 off of this marker, so if her foot was back here, she wouldn't have to short hop it. She would have given herself more time, and then she could direct the ball either back to the middle, or she can take it cross court this way and give herself more options. So it's really, this point breaks down at this hit, which very clearly then becomes an attackable ball based off that pop-up. And so that's why I was looking at the before to see how the setup occurred. And it's really her coming back. I'm just looking at Jansen's footwork here because she hits here. She's moving forward back. Like, that's beautiful how you should. You should be using your legs to get you back to the kitchen. The ball is now passed, and she takes ground. And then at this point, yeah, she just goes hard left instead of hard left back. So I don't think she was really that late to it, and it wasn't hit that hard. I think what you see here is she wants this move, her first move. Okay, so this is her ready position. Now take a look at her back. Very nice and vertical. Her teammate, very nice and vertical. Okay, so I'm going to leave those marks right there. Watch this. So as we move forward, what happens? She bends. You can very clearly see it when I leave the marks there. So she bends at the torso instead of at the knee, because I think at this point where the ball is at, she thought she was going to take it out of the air. And then she realizes that that ball is moving too quick, and she's going to have to let it bounce. And so that's why she was trying to be aggressive, take it out of there, and then had to change her mind. So when you're in a dink battle, your first thought in your head should be letting the ball bounce. Then when it gets high, that's when you move in on it. But what you first want to be doing is saying, if I'm hitting a soft shot like this, right? Like she hits this forehand to Todd's backhand. That is not a ball where I'm like, I think my opponent's going to pop this up, right? And so the move in, now she's obviously getting back to where she needs to be, but I think this is where the mistake is, where she thought she could take it right here out of the air and then realizes that she's late and behind it. So, okay. Well, good point. I think we analyzed that one pretty well. Let's move on to the next one,